Hi, my name is Lisa Garcia. I'm doing this video because I've noticed that a lot of musicians nowadays have problems with remembering key signatures, and key signatures really affect your scales. I'm currently taking AP Music Theory, and I play the alto sax, flute, and the piccolo. And in AP Theory, I learned something called, the order of flats and sharps. And this really helped me because now I can play scales from like the bottom of my fingers. And if someone asked me like what key and how many sharps and flats the key is in, I can name it from the top of my head. So it really helped me, and hopefully it'll help you guys. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick, so I sound really congested, but let's get started. So I'm going to start you off with the order of flats. And the order of flats is B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, and F flat. And this is going to be a little bit hard to remember at first, but the way I remembered is because my four first letters spell bead, and the last three spell GCF, but when I think of GCF, I think of greatest common factor. So basically, when you're in flats, the only exception is when you ask what the key of F is, you're doing B flat because the key of F only has one flat, which is B flat. But if you were to ask how many flats are in the key of B flat, you go from B flat and go to E flat. And yeah, it basically has two flats. If I wanted to ask you how many flats are like in the key of E flat, you go B flat, E flat, and go to A flat. If I asked you, let's say, okay, how many flats are in the key of D, you go B, E, A, D, G. So basically it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flats, because no matter what, you're always going to go one step ahead, as in just go to the next letter. Don't at half step, you just go one step ahead and go over to, basically you're going to be your key. So if I were to ask you right now, let's see, what's the key signature for C flat? You do B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, and go to F flat. And all of them are in that key signature. So basically, no matter what, you're just going to go to the next letter. But you really have to remember this order, or else you're not going to remember. So now I'm going to teach you the order of sharps. The order of sharps is backwards from the order of flats. But it's also, for me, it's easier to remember. Basically, you're just adding a half step to any sharp that's here. So let's say F sharp plus a half step is G. So in the key of G, there's only one sharp, which is F sharp. If I went F sharp to C sharp plus a half step is D. So in the key of D, there's two sharps. If I went F sharp, C sharp, G sharp plus a half step is A. So in the key of A, there is three sharps. So it's really easy to remember. If I were to quiz you and say, what's the key signature for B? You do F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and A sharp plus a half step is B. So basically you can think of it both ways. You can go, you can subtract a half step, or you can lead towards a half step. Just go to the letter closest to what I ask you. So if I said, what is the key signature for E? You subtract a half step, which is D sharp. So you do F sharp, C sharp, D sharp, or G sharp, and D sharp. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. D sharp plus a half step is E. So in the key of E, there's four sharps. So it's really easy to learn. You can do that both ways. You can remember this, and you can always look back at it. Just always have that memorized with you. So I'm going to give you a little reminder so you won't get confused on what to do. So, a little reminder in flats, look one letter ahead. So I'm just going to remind that for you. In the key of A, B, E, A, go one step ahead, and D is 4 flats, okay? And in sharps, you add a half step, or if you're going backwards, subtract. So F sharp, C sharp plus a half step, D, 2 sharps. If you want to go backwards, what's the key of B? You go closest, you subtract a half step from B, and that's A sharp, and these are all your sharps in the key. So I hope this really helped you guys because it helped me. It might take a little bit of memorization, but you guys will understand it. Subscribe me, and I hope you like it.